What if the key to overcoming any struggle isn't about avoiding pain, but about transforming how you see it? Loss, worry, failure, uncertainty, disappointment, and pain are all part of life's challenges. Everybody experiences overload from time to time. We can alter how we respond to adversity, but we cannot completely eradicate it. The ancient Hellenistic philosophy of Stoicism, which was established by Zeno of Citium in 300 BCE, provides a timeless and useful framework for enduring, growing from, and overcoming hardship. It does not guarantee an easy life. Rather, it teaches us how to develop composure, direction, and fortitude in the face of difficulty. Stoicism is based on the straightforward yet profound principle that while we cannot control the outside environment, we can control how we react to it. The foundation of Stoic philosophy is the important distinction between what we can control and what we cannot. We are responsible for our own ideas, decisions, deeds, and attitudes. Other people's actions, the results of our work, mishaps, and even a large portion of our wealth and health don't. Therefore, being free means controlling our own reactions rather than forcing the outside world to conform to our wishes. The highest good, according to the Stoics, is virtue. More important than riches, notoriety, or comfort are virtues like wisdom, bravery, justice, and temperance. Even if they may be enjoyable, external things are ultimately indifference. They don't decide if our lives are good or not. On the other hand, adversity is inevitable. We develop our character by addressing adversity with courage and integrity rather than by running away from it. Stoicism promotes self-reflection, logical reasoning, emotional control, and acceptance as ways to do this. Even in situations that appear intolerable, we can develop inner calm and resilience with the help of these skills. Making it clear what is and is not under our control is one of the quickest ways Stoicism may be helpful. When we focus our emotional energies on things that are out of our control, such as other people's behavior, the past, or the unknowns of the future, many of life's challenges get worse. We regain agency by concentrating on the things we can control, such as our intentions, decisions, and reactions. This change alleviates distress and lessens a sense of powerlessness. Additionally, Stoicism gives us techniques to control our emotions. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them. According to the Stoic teacher Epictetus, we are upset by the narrative we tell ourselves about the incident, not the event itself. Narratives of doom or worthlessness exacerbate the agony we experience when we lose our jobs, receive criticism, or become ill. By distancing reality from assumption and substituting more logical ideas for skewed ones, Stoicism enables us to rethink these judgments. Modern psychology refers to this method as cognitive reframing, and it serves as the foundation for treatments such as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. Negative visualization, or premeditatio malorum, is another characteristic Stoic technique. This is planning ahead for potential calamities, not to live in terror, but to mentally get ready and lessen shock if hardship does strike. Thinking about the worst-case scenarios teaches us to be more grateful for what we already have and that we can survive them. The practice of purposeful discomfort, willfully selecting modest adversities like fasting, exposure to cold, or forgoing luxuries, is closely related. These activities help us become more resilient than we may realize, strengthen our will, and lessen our reliance on comfort. Seeing difficulty as an opportunity is perhaps the most profound Stoic insight. The Stoic asks, "What virtue can I practice here?" rather than, "Why me?" Every challenge turns into a test of bravery, endurance, patience, or honesty. This reinterpretation turns suffering into a phase for what if the key to overcoming any struggle isn't about avoiding pain, but about transforming how you see it? Loss, worry, failure, uncertainty, disappointment, and pain are all part of life's challenges. Everybody experiences overload from time to time. We can alter how we respond to adversity, but we cannot completely eradicate it. The ancient Hellenistic philosophy of Stoicism, which was established by Zeno of Citium in 300 BCE, provides a timeless and useful framework for enduring, growing from, and overcoming hardship. It does not guarantee an easy life. Rather, it teaches us how to develop composure, direction, and fortitude. Stoic practice also required daily introspection. Seneca and other philosophers encouraged their students to reflect on their daily lives, identifying their successes and failures, as well as how they may do better the next day. This type of journaling enhances self-discipline and fosters humility. Additionally, it helps us stay grounded in the here and now, avoiding being consumed by regrets about the past or worries about the future. Stoicism centers on virtue during difficult times. Our character endures when the luxuries of the outside world crumble. Even in the face of loss, we can maintain our dignity by acting with bravery, justice, honesty, and self-control. In addition, cultivating thankfulness enables us to recognize the positive aspects of life, such as encouraging companions, beautiful moments, or the ability to persevere. Gratitude grounds us in resilience and strikes a balance between suffering and perspective. Stoicism's practical application, rather than its theoretical underpinnings, is what makes it so beautiful. One way to start a struggle is to ask, what am I in control of? It is easier to concentrate energy where it is most needed when I write down two lists: what is mine and what is not. Negative visualization exercises can also help the mind get ready for failure. You may improve your appreciation for the present and lessen the impact of potential losses or failures by practicing them. In a similar vein, experimenting with purposeful discomfort, picking minor obstacles like skipping meals, walking rather to driving, or having a cold shower teaches you that you can tolerate more than you think. Reflection or journaling every day is another effective strategy. Review your strengths and weaknesses at the conclusion of the day, including your ability to perform well under pressure. Make plans to get better and be thankful for what you have left. When challenges come up, consider, what opportunity is this providing me? How can I put virtue into practice with this? This reinterpretation turns challenges from dangers into teaching opportunities. By interrupting patterns of rumination, mindfulness practices like paying attention to the breath or objectively monitoring feelings enhance Stoic practice. Taking a moment to identify your feelings, fear, rage, or frustration, creates space and enables a more thoughtful reaction when you're feeling overwhelmed. Above all, leading a life of virtue guarantees that, even in the absence of success on the outside, your decisions will always be in line with your ideals. Resilience and inner strength are increased by this integrity. Despite its strength, Stoicism is not a panacea. Stoicism is sometimes misunderstood to entail repressing feelings. In actuality, rather than suppressing emotions, it promotes their comprehension and direction. Stoic practice permits emotions to be recognized, analyzed, and redirected, while suppression frequently results in subsequent breakdown. Another myth is that Stoicism encourages resignation or inactivity. Giving up is not the same as accepting what cannot be altered. It entails acknowledging boundaries while, where feasible, acting bravely and justly. Action within one's sphere of influence is required by Stoicism, which is extremely pragmatic. The risk of becoming overly inflexible, expecting flawless rationality, and punishing oneself for every emotional slip-up is another. Since even the finest Stoics acknowledge their shortcomings, Stoicism places a strong emphasis on humility and self-compassion. Lastly, seclusion is not a requirement of Stoicism. It cherishes justice, compassion, and community. Support from others is frequently the best way to overcome obstacles, and many problems call for teamwork rather than simply personal perseverance. The effectiveness of Stoic tactics is explained by contemporary studies. The foundation of cognitive behavioral therapy, which has shown promise in treating anxiety and depression, includes many of its strategies, such as rephrasing ideas, concentrating on controllables, and cultivating thankfulness. Stoicism promotes self-efficacy, or the conviction that one can overcome obstacles, improves resilience, and aids in emotional regulation. It also reduces stress and enhances general well-being by teaching acceptance and minimizing needless rumination. Your ability to persevere will increase if you start putting even a few Stoic ideas into practice, such as daily introspection, thankfulness, and identifying what you can manage. You'll become more purposeful, less shook by bad luck, and more content with life's natural course. While Stoicism does not end suffering, it does teach us how to endure it well, that is, with bravery, composure, and hope. If Stoicism gave you a new way to see struggle, make sure to subscribe so you never miss more timeless wisdom for modern life.